Alright, the parts finally came in for the Maxx. We have our steering blocks. We got the blue aluminum, and there's the part number for those. And we got the caster blocks, same blue aluminum, and that's the part number for those. And I've already done one side there. It's kind of what it looks like when it's finished. You'll see in a second. It's very easy install, doesn't take much at all. Just putting both of these on. All you gotta do is take top pin, bottom pin, and the screw for your steering link, and that's it. Take a knife and just kind of pry that off a little bit, and that'll come off. But before I start that, the steering block and the caster block need to be pre-assembled. So this is what they look like here. Just go like this right here, top side. It'll slide in there like that. And they come with their own pins and everything like that. And there's the pins for this side. So go ahead and take your pin out. You'll need a pin and a little cap here, wherever that landed. Right here. Get your caster block, your steering block, slide that together. Kind of hold it like that. Take your pin, stick it through the top, kind of shimmy that on there until it goes down like that. That's the top part. Then the cap, take that closed end of the cap there, you can see it, put the closed end on the pin. It'll sit just like that, and you get one of your little bolts it came with. Right here. So kind of start that on there. Do the same thing for the bottom side. Get your pin, stick it through there on the top. If I can get it. You just slide that on there, so line it up. The same thing you did at the top. Get your cap, put the closed end of the cap on your pin. Get your small bolt and start it on there. Go ahead and just tighten those down. Go. They don't need to be overly extremely tightened. It's real snug, it'll be okay. Tighten the top side up. There you go. And there you go. That's assembled and ready to be put on. First, take this, I'll pop that off of there. Things on there. this. There's that. There's a pin right here, kind of lines in there. Take that pin out like that. Just kind of set that aside with that. Take your top pin out. Take your bottom pin out. That should come right on out. You gotta take your bolt to your steering link off. Set that aside there. Pull it out. Just like that. Pull your drive shaft out. Like that. You'll have a bearing still in there. Just kind of pop that out there. Alright, and then you take your new caster and steering block, push that in there, and pull it on there. That bearing set in there good, like that. Get your bearing put on the front side, push it in. Now your drive shaft has those two lines right there. That is to line up with this. As you can see, those two lines, and if they're not lined up, they're not going on there. And if you line them up, I mean, it easily just goes on there like that. And once you get that on there, well, if I put it on the right way, there. Get your top pin, line it up in there like that. Get your bottom pin, line it up like that. And these two pins you no longer need because you replaced the top one and the bottom one that came with the pack, so you no longer need those. And this, you no longer need this either because it comes with its own right there. So you no longer need this one. So get that one out. Put your steering link in there. I've never done something like this. This is my first RC truck, so I'm sure there's other people that know what they're doing that can do this way faster. I can get that in there. There we go. Apparently I suck at lining this up. There we go. Get that on there. Get your screw. Line it up in there. Like that. Really just tighten it down. Like that. And you get your other Allen wrench. Just tighten in your bottom pin. And these look like they should hold up fairly better than what these plastic ones did, because they didn't last really long at all. And I'll show you the side that broke once I get this pin in. On the opposite side there, this is the side that broke here. As you can see, this bottom piece right here, this pin goes in the bottom of this like that, and you screw it in. Well, what kept happening was this pin would be in there like that, and we'd hit a jump, and I guess the shock of it would be so violent, it would pop out just a little bit, and it kept rubbing right there, and it'd usually pop back in like that after it land, just pop in, kept popping in, and it was just enough to really work on that plastic there, as you can see. And a lot of the times, like 95% of the times, the pin would pop out like that, and it would stay like that, and the tire would just be cockeyed like that. And then the only way to get that in, and I tried to like kind of pry it up, and that's about as far as I could get, because it's so like tight, I feel like it'd break it if I tried to force it. So I'd always have to take the tire off, and then take this pin completely, back it out, and then push the steering block back over, pop the pin back in, and steer it, or screw it back in. And then after that, so many times, the top right here of this caster block right here just snapped completely off right there at the top, and it looks like that because I super glued it and put another hole right there and screwed it together so it would hold until our parts came in, because my son wanted to drive it, so I just kind of rigged it together. But that snapped completely off of the caster block. That's just held together with super glue, as you can see right there. Just super glued it. But I super glued it, screwed it together just to hold until our parts came in. But that's the reason I replaced them. Even if that wouldn't have broke, I was still going to, because this right here was getting very annoying, popping out and having to take the tire off, take the pin out, put the pin back in, tighten it down, put the tire back on. But these look way better, in my opinion, regardless. But you just put that pin back in there like that, line it up with that, and just pretty much just pop it back on there, and that's the end of that. But that's pretty much it. These look way better. Way better. You can see I already did this side. This is the side that broke right there. But as far as right now, that's the only thing I know to replace with a good aftermarket part was those, because that's what really broke on it first, was these. But when you take these off, you don't even have to take this off and this off, because it's just one piece that come out, as you've seen. But really the only thing I've seen other people replace is this back piece here. I've seen people replace this piece, which I'm thinking I might just go ahead and order parts and do that, because I mean, if this right here was junk, then I'm sure that right there won't hold up too much longer with the abuse we put it through. But I mean, it's not horrible. I mean, it's held up through all of it so far, except for the caster and steering block. I've also thought about doing the wide max kit on this, because turning kind of sucks. It flips over if you don't watch what your steering is. But that's pretty much it. Let me know what y'all think, or if there's any weak points that you guys know of on this that probably need to be looked at.